Well, boys, we were right. Well, the leaks were right. The new season is Season of the Splicer, and Bungie dropped the trailer for it today. So I'm gonna go through it. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I'll play that for you. We'll go through the trailer, break down what I see, and then probably also go through the updates to Bungie.net for the new season. So yeah, there'll be a timestamp and chapters in the video, so skip ahead if you've already seen it.
This morning, for the first time in humanity's long and storied history, the sun did not rise. It's a Vex simulation that has plunged the city into an endless night. Osiris and I could only think of one we might turn to. Mithrax. He claims to be among the last sacred Splicers, those with the power to commune with machines. Find him, Guardian, before the Vex do.
We must splice an entrance to the Vex network. I can guide you, but I cannot follow. Once inside, you must find your own way. And prepare for battle.
I think something really notable about the opening of this is we're seeing more of the Vex, but now their architecture and aesthetic is different, with more of an 80s runner and synthwave sort of aesthetic to the season and the Vex of the season. So, continuing on, if you didn't already know, because it was said in a twab before, Ikora is coming back into the story in a meaningful way. And I'm really excited to see the Warlock Vanguard finally do something since the last time she has done anything, which was, I think, Shadowkeep. I might be wrong on that one. If I am, just tell me down below if Ikora's done something since Shadowkeep until now. So we also get a look at the city, Hawthorne, Saint, Zavala. Basically, the city's been plunged into darkness by the Vex. The sun isn't coming up anymore. So it'll be interesting to learn how they did that and how we're going to stop it. So to stop the Vex, Ikora and Osiris have the idea of talking to Mithrax, the Kel of House Light. And there's actually something really interesting in this trailer. I didn't notice this the first time I watched the trailer, but those right there are fallen hatchlings. I think it's interesting to see that since we really haven't seen like the children of the city or anything. So at this point in the story in game, we've seen the children of Fallen more often than the children of humans. So I think Bungie's really trying to get into the sympathetic and siding with the Fallen more in the future. So I want to skip up a little bit because we're getting a new 6-player match-made activity for PvE, which is great. It's going to be called Override. I miss Sundial. I miss Menagerie. Those were great activities. Vex Offensive was okay, but I'm interested to see what they do with this. We also get a very good look at the new seasonal armor and weapons. So there you go. Now they talk about armor synthesis. They've already talked about before. The system is not great and encourages a lot of money spending instead of playing the game. I'm not a huge fan of it, but we already know enough about it. So Vault of Glass is back from D1. It's going to be exactly the same as it was. Not much has changed on it, so we should know everything about it. The new seasonal exotic for Season of the Splicer is a sidearm, but it is a Stasis sidearm. This will make it the second Stasis weapon in the game, just before Season 15, where we will get legendary Stasis weapons. We are now getting weekly missions, and I'm expecting this to be kind of like Season of Dawn, saving Saint 14 style of weekly new mission to go do, not like Chosen, where you just do Battlegrounds every week for a different helm talking cutscene thing. Next, we get to see what I'm assuming is a new Stasis aspect. I'm probably for Warlock, being that we see the Warlock throw a cold snap grenade and then the Fanatic dies and a Javelin spawns. This may be a Titan or Hunter aspect, but I'm assuming it's Warlock. Maybe this is just an artifact weapon, but I'm leaning towards Warlock aspect. Alright, we're on Bungie.net for the changes because of Season of the Splicer. So let's get into it. Endless Night. We already talked about this. The Vex have plunged City into Endless Night. We're contacting with Mithrax, the Kill of House Light, to seek his help. The Helm is getting an upgrade. There will be a new chamber overlooking the loading bay. As it's been completed, Vanguard will use as a harness new Splicer tech and plan their response to the Vex incursion. So, looks like it'll be down on the left side of the helm when you spawn in. Maybe, hopefully they add a shooting range at some point if this isn't it. Way of the Splicer. So we have the 6-man activity, Override. So you use Splicer tech to go into the Vex network, uncover secrets, steal code, use your power against them, expunge. Each week, Guardians will uncover new vulnerabilities within the Vex network and use Splicer keys to infiltrate and collapse it from within. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be more like the Season of Dawn saving Saint 14 quest than Season of the Chosen playing Battlegrounds for Osiris and Crow to talk. So Vault of Glass is coming back. There's not much there. Bungie rewards. We're getting a raid jacket for it, a raid ring for Vault of Glass, and a new Fate Breaker seal. Armor synthesis. I'm not a huge fan of what Bungie is doing with armor synthesis, but with their silence, it looks like they're not going to change what they're doing. So I'm not going to spend any money on it. That's for you to decide for yourself, but I personally would not. Here's them going into it. If you've seen the TWAB about it, you already know. I'll have an info card for my video where I kind of barely go over Transmog for you to check that out. So here are over 30 new reprised legendary weapons. New and reprised legendary weapons to crash the Vex network from within. Find perfect weapon, perfect roll to bring an end to this endless fight. So a lot of them will be VOG weapons. I hope this isn't all we get for seasonal weapons. I'm assuming this is a 720 auto. We have a sidearm here, which in the trailer at the Vault of Glass spot, I definitely thought it was Drake's Promise due to this part right here. This is either a scout rifle or a pulse rifle here. So, new Hunter exotic legs. Star Eater Scales. Kind of creepy with the face on the knees, but allows hunters to feast upon orbs of power, charging their super more quickly and making it more potent. I don't see this super being used a whole lot. It might be good in some activities, but I personally don't see it being widely used. It might do good on Revenant in like the 6-man activity, so you can use your super more often. Maybe Golden Gun, but Celestial Nighthawk is already so good. For Titans, you get the Path of Burning Steps, Titan armor that converts solar eliminations into increased weapon damage and makes them more difficult to lock down a stasis. So it's kind of like Battle Harmony, but I guess it doesn't matter as much what all you're using. So I'm assuming you can use a solar, heavy, or elemental weapon and it work with that, or if you're using Sunbreaker. So basically, if you use abilities on Sunbreaker, you would have Rampage on your weapons. If you're using a solar weapon, it would basically have built-in Rampage, or you could probably stack it with damage perks. That's usually how it goes. So this might be a pretty good Sunbreaker exotic to use, especially with, I'd say, middle tree or top tree, being that bottom tree has Phoenix Cradle, which is pretty okay. It's pretty good. It's more of a support exotic. But what I'm really interested in is the more difficult to lock down Stasis. We'll have to see in game how good it is at that. This might become a must pick in trials and other PvP game modes, but that'll need to be seen. Warlocks. We get the Boots of the Assembler. Condenses a Warlock's Rift, healing or empowering energy into projectiles that seek out allies and bless them with noble benefits. So what I'm assuming is it replaces your Rift with the noble runs from Lumina. But basically, I would assume in the 6-man activity or a raid, it would create 5 orbs that all go to your allies. So this might be good. I think for long range healing it could be good, but if your ally isn't in a safe spot, there's a good chance that the orb is too slow to catch them. So it remains to be seen, but I don't think this is going to be great. It might be fine, but I don't expect it to be a wonderful overpowered or anything. It'll be okay at best, I think. So here's the seasonal armor. We get some, it's very Fallen based. Hunters get some docked dreg arms, it looks like. This is very Fallen. We get extra like fake eyes, I guess. But yeah, it's cool. I like the Fallen aesthetic, and being able to wear it's pretty cool. More than just like the Prison of Elders armor from D1. The Season Pass rewards that exotic Stasis sidearm. Here's a better look at it. It looks cool. It looks interesting. The Splicer Gauntlet. So that's going to be our artifact this season. I'm interested to see what mods we get on it. I do hope that in the future Bungie uncaps the amount of artifact mods you can have, so you could have all of them and, you know, not have to reset it every time you want to try out new mods. And then here are the ornaments for the armor. So I guess this isn't the Season Pass armor. This is just the ornament for them. Okay. So the Season Pass, here's the sneak peek at it. If you have Season Pass, of course, you get the seasonal exotic at the very beginning. Seasonal currency. There's that breakdown for if you're contemplating whether you're going to buy the season or not. And the calendar. Okay. So on May 11th, day 1, we get Armor Synthesis, the intro mission, and Endless Night. So that's for all players. New Stasis aspects are for Beyond Light players. So Warlocks, I'm assuming, get the Javelin. I'm not sure about the other two classes. And if you have Season of Splicer, you get the first override on Europa. Trials begins May 14th, so long as there aren't any bugs or anything in the way. May 18th is the beginning of Iron Banner, and we get a new override on the moon. May 22nd is Vault of Glass. May 25th is the first Pinnacle mission, and we get a Tangled Shore override. June 1st is just a mission. June 8th is Iron Banner and a new mission. June 15th, we get the Vault of Glass raid challenges and a new Pinnacle mission. June 22nd, new mission. June 29th, Iron Banner, a new mission. Then we go into Solstice of Heroes, and we get the Vault of Glass difficulty options. I think in the past they've said that they are adding adept weapons to the more difficult raids, which they'll have all of them at some point. I honestly doubt that we'll see the adept raid weapons this season. I think that's going to be more down the line once they get more of the raids and maybe some of the dungeons to have a Grandmaster level. August 3rd is when Solstice ends, Iron Banner begins. August 10th is the epilogue for the season and the beginning of Season 15. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I won't do another one of these for like another 3 months. So yeah, if you liked it, then like it, comment down below, maybe subscribe for leave the notifications on. But yeah, see you next time and have a good day.